Hi, this is Eternal King, bringing you another deck tech today. Continuing on with our series about bad archetypes in Eternal. And I know that Temo isn't a bad archetype in Standard, he actually does pretty well there, but talking about Eternal specifically, I want to show you how you can kind of build out this deck in such a way that it is reactive, that it feels strong, and that it kind of does what traps is supposed to do, without sacrificing anything for that reactivity. So you'll notice, and again, I'll never stop saying this. If you're playing, a bad archetype, you really have two choices. Your first choice is kind of the deck tech I showed you before with the Zero Hecarim, where you're kind of all in on the meme, and your solution is to basically just overwhelm the opponent with your synergies and your tribal deck building prowess. And if you can do that, if you swing with Hecarim on 6 or what have you, then you win the game. The other solution is to build a deck that is more reactive than the opponent is expecting. So you are focused on denying them value. So, if the opponent is playing Nora, for example, you have an answer for Nora almost guaranteed when she drops on curve. Maybe you hit her with the old thermogenic beam, maybe you hit her with a mystic shot, maybe you're facing the mirror and they're playing Temo, and then you've got the pokey stick, you've got the pie toss, and so kind of regardless of what your opponent's doing, you're going to have an on curve answer. And of course, thermogenic scales up, so it could be a Garen, it could be whatever, it doesn't matter. And then, let's talk about the actual followers of the deck now. So we said that pings are good in Eternal. We've made that bold statement that people don't seem to understand, and great, we're past that. We're running Clump of Wumps, of course, Mushroom Cloud Generator, probably the most valuable card in a Traps deck, on curve on 2. Conchologist. Sometimes it draws you some really interesting cards. It draws you that ping. It draws you that insider knowledge. Sometimes it pushes for 2 damage, and that 2 damage is relevant. So absolutely, Conchologist, everyone knows this card is broken. Caitlyn on 3. Again, everyone knows Caitlyn's a great champion. Because she scales, right? So, you play her on 3, you push the 3 damage, you put the 2 flash bombs in the deck, and that's great. And she's done her job, and if she dies at that point, fantastic. Then later in the game, when you draw your second Caitlyn, it's very possible that she's leveled and that she's pushing a great deal of damage. For those that don't know, for every trap that's activated on that turn, if she connects with any creature, so it could be on the block, it could be on the attack, it doesn't matter, then she basically throws that trap damage straight into the Nexus. So she's fantastic. Insider Knowledge. This is my preferred draw method over the Landmark. I find it's faster, more reactive. It can be done on the open attack, so your opponent's open attacking you, and you just draw and win the game. Of course, Puffcap Peddler. It's a staple. Chump Wump. Amazing card for traps. 4/4 draws or gives you 2 Puffcaps. Amazing. And then this is kind of a controversial pick. I think 3/5s are actually okay in Eternal right now. In a world where nobody's running single combats, nobody's running answers, your 3/5 is going to stick and swing, and you're going to get your poison dart no problem. And then he's done his job at that point. Ava Achiever is a 1/of. This card is amazing, but it's also probably the most punishable card in a Traps deck. It's a 6 mana. Do nothing that turn, right? You're just saying like, okay, 6 mana, pass, and then you're hoping that your opponent doesn't kill it on basically Snap removes it and puts you at a mana disadvantage. You're really hoping that doesn't happen. So I'm willing to run 1 of these, but any more of that is too many. And then of course Karina is your finisher. Everyone knows, activates all the traps in your opponent's deck. So this is the other way to build a bad deck. Go highly reactive, run a lot of pings, answer everything your opponent's doing. Mystic shot that Annie when she comes down, that kind of thing. So this is Eternal King signing out.